Are you an Italian beginner who spends a lot of time studying but still cannot get past
Ciao, come stai?
If that's you, don't worry. It doesn't mean that you are bad at languages. It usually means you are working hard, but not always on the right things. I have worked with hundreds of Italian learners and I see the same pattern again and again. People are trying, they're putting the time in, but they often spend too much time on things that feel useful and not enough time on things that actually build speaking memory and confidence. So, in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 best exercises for Italian beginners ranked from 1 to 5. That means number 1 is already worth doing, but number 5 is the one I most want you to start using every day. Let's start with number 1. This is the simple exercise on the list, and that is exactly why it belongs here. It's not Duolingo, blimey. As a beginner, you need to get used to the sound of Italian. You need to hear how it flows, you need to feel how it moves in your mouth, and you need to stop treating it like something that lives only on a page. So this exercise is very simple. Take one short phrase, listen to it, pause, repeat it out loud, and then do it again. The point is not to sound perfect, the point is to get comfortable saying Italian, not just looking at it. This exercise is great because it helps your pronunciation, your rhythm, and your confidence. It makes Italian feel more familiar. But there is a limit. Here you are still copying. And copying is useful at the start, but sooner or later you need to do more than just repeat. You need to start building. That is why number 2 is even better. This is where beginners start getting real control. A sentence frame is just a simple pattern you can reuse again and again. So instead of trying to invent a full sentence every time, you keep one part stable and change the rest. That matters because beginners often get stuck for the same reason. They try to build too much at once. They think speaking means creating everything from zero, always. It doesn't. At the beginning, speaking gets easier when you reuse strong patterns. Look at this. Mi piace mangiare al ristorante. Mi piace andare al pub. Mi piace parlare con gli amici. There are 3,000 things you can say with mi piace plus infinitive verbs. And that's just one of the many things you can say with sentence frames. This exercise helps because it gives you structure without overwhelming you. You are no longer just copying sounds. Now you are shaping your own Italian, and that is a big step forward. But there is still a problem. You might be able to build a sentence slowly on your own and still freeze the moment someone asks you something. That is why number 3 matters even more. This is where practice starts feeling more like real conversation. Because conversation is not just about making sentences, it is about responding. Someone asks, you answer. That sounds obvious, but it changes everything. A lot of beginners spend a lot of time studying words, rules, and notes, but very little time answering actual questions. So when a real question comes, even a simple one, they panic. Not because they know nothing, because they have not trained response. That is why question and answer drills are so powerful. They teach your brain to hear something simple and give something simple back. Not a perfect answer, not a long answer, just a clear answer. This starts closing the gap between study and speaking. And that gap is where many beginners get stuck. But even this exercise depends on one more thing, because you can repeat, build, and answer so far, but if the language does not stay in your memory, you keep going in circles. That is why number 4 is even more important. cover and recall. This one is one of the most useful exercises for any beginner, and honestly not enough people do it. A lot of learners spend their time rereading. They look at the same notes, they check the same translations, they go over the same page again and again and again, and because it all looks familiar, they think they know it. But that is the trap. Recognition is not the same as memory. Seeing something and thinking, yeah, I know that, easy. It is easy. Saying it without looking is much harder and much more useful. That is why cover and recall works so well. You look at the phrase, you cover it, you try to say it, and then you check. That small moment when your brain has to reach for the answer is where learning gets stronger. This is the exercise that stops your study from becoming passive. It turns memory into action. That small moment when your brain has to reach for the answer is where learning gets stronger. This is the exercise that stops your study from becoming passive. It turns memory into action. And for beginners, that matters a lot, because one of the biggest frustrations is not that Italian is impossible, it's that you saw it yesterday and today it's gone. This exercise starts fixing that. But even now, there is one more step. Because memory matters, yes, of course, but the real goal is not just to remember Italian, it is to start thinking more directly in it. That is why number 4 is the strongest exercise on this list. For me, this is the best exercise for Italian beginners. Why? Because it brings everything together. It helps you notice vocabulary, it helps you build simple sentences, it helps you speak out loud, and most importantly, it helps you connect meaning straight to Italian. That is the real win. When you describe a picture, you are not starting with a full English sentence and then trying to translate it. You are looking, noticing, and saying what you see. That is a much better habit, because one of the biggest problems for beginners is relying too much on English. They think in English first, then they try to convert everything, and that makes speaking slow, heavy, stressful. Picture description starts breaking that habit in a very natural way. You see something, you say it in Italian, simple, and the beauty of this exercise is that it works even with a very basic language. You do not need advanced grammar, you do not need clever ideas, you just need to start with what is there. That is why I rank it number 5, because it's not just a speaking exercise, it is a thinking exercise too. And that is what beginners need if they want to move past survival phrases and start using real Italian. So those are my 5 best exercises for Italian beginners, ranked from 1 to 5. If you do this every day, your Italian will start to come out more naturally, but there is one more thing that can speed up your progress even more: avoiding the mistakes that quietly slow you down. So watch this video next, because I'll show you the biggest dangers to watch out for and exactly how to fix them. And remember, stick to Italian, and Italian will stick to you. Ciao!